We're getting into spring. That means summer's on the way. That means some early morning trips. People want to get out there. The weather is cooler. The fish or fishing can be a lot better in the morning. Maybe you're going out to the jetties. And that leads to something that we're seeing a lot more of. And I wanted to get your point on this, JT. Lighting. Obviously, I used to use the old flashlight or Q beam and all that stuff, but you can do it with a flick of the switch right now these days. What would you recommend in terms of lighting? How big of a light bar for a typical 20 to 25 foot boat, placement, etc. It's a big thing. It's a question we get a lot.
Yeah, no, that's actually a super good question. And it's a question I get a lot too, because people, they ask me like, hey, does it have a little plug so I can plug in my light, or do you recommend something? Two huge things: placement over size and quality over quantity.
Hmm.
I'd much rather have a smaller light in a better position than a bigger light in a bad position. And same thing, I'd rather have a higher quality light that's going to last me a long time and pay a little bit more
Hmm.
than buy like, hey, this is great value and buy one, and if it breaks, I can buy another one, but you might be replacing it all the time, and it might be more of a hassle than it's worth. I mean, it's a bit of a plug here. There's a lot of good companies out there for sure,
Hmm.
and Plash lights. Steve Plash. He's in the area. He's in, I guess, League City, or he's 10 minutes from my shop or less. And
Hmm.
they build their lights in house. And man, they're about 4 or 5 times as much as, say, a typical, let's say, a 20-inch light bar. They might be 4 or 5 times as much as a typical one you might see on Amazon. But
Right.
man, I have people with some of those flashlights that are right on the front of boats and right exposed to salt water every day, all the time. And
Yeah.
they're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And I mean, you get what you pay for. And I know there's some other really good companies. I just say flashlights because they're local,
Yeah.
and we work with them for a long time on the Freedom boats we've been putting on. The other thing is, when you want to, a lot of people get this great idea, like, yeah, I've got a T-top and I want to put it
Thank
right up
you. That's
top,
exactly what I was going to mention. Mhm.
yeah, I want to put it right up on the T-top, and that'll be cool because I can turn it on and it's right there and it'll shine down. In actual practice, you turn it on and all it's doing is lighting up the whole deck, and you
Mhm.
can't really see in front of you. So yeah, early mornings. I mean, the Freedom Owners Tournament right there in Port O'Connor, when it's dark outside and you're ready to roll, a lot of people, you see them, they have the light bar on and it's blinding the people way out there, and all they're seeing is a bright deck right in their
It's
face.
blinding them. It can blind you if it bounces
It's
off the boat and
it's bad for everybody. So I say, hey, if you really want it to see at night, if it's not just like a looks thing, then put
mhm.
it right on the front as close as you can to the bow, however your boat kind of suits you. And man, when you turn it on, it's like headlights in a car. It's great. The other
Yeah.
thing that a lot of people don't think about, little like deck lights or rock lights around,
Mhm.
maybe around the console or on the deck, forward facing back or back facing forward. Man, when
Mhm.
you're like at the dock getting ready to go, maybe before a tournament or something, loading your stuff and getting everyone set, or
Mhm.
maybe just easy at night or early morning stepping on and off the boat, you flick those things on and the deck's all lit up and you can see it clearly.
Yeah.
I, I've seen it happen. I've seen these
Oh,
guys
I've seen
looking,
it happen.
they're
Yeah.
sitting on the dock going, all right, we're going to see
Mhm.
what's
Where
up
is it?
here, Yeah.
Where
So,
is it?
so that helps a ton. Even if it's kind of lit up, not exactly where you're stepping, it lights up the deck and you can see the whole floor of the boat.
Yeah, you actually reassured me because I was talking to Chet over at Freedom Boats. He's building that new Bite Me Edition Warrior, and I said right on front. And man, little plug for Freedom Boats. They have that square front. It's perfect for a light up there, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's yeah.
Perfect, perfect. And just as a recommendation, when you're putting it right up front there, let's say on a Freedom boat or any of these cats. I
Mhm.
mean, we do like a 20 or 25 inch. When you turn it on, it's bright and you can see. You could go the whole way across and do like a 50 or something, but that's the 20 or 25 is well worth it and does the job. You could go crazy, or you could spend a little less money and get like a 10 or 15 inch, but 20 seems like the sweet spot.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And for some of our offshore guys, obviously there's lighting underneath as well, for so you can see in the water a little bit, blue lights, green lights, and all that stuff. So there are some options out there, and I'm guessing, just a hunch, that our friends over at the Boatyard can help people with
Absolutely. Come see us,
that.
work it out.
So flashlights would be your recommendation, but you guys can help people if they have any questions. Getting ready for the summer, man.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if you guys want to bring us a light, we can help you do the install and get you set up. I just recommend a high quality one. We've worked with Flash for a long time, so I know they're great. I love doing the install, and I haven't had any issues with them. So
Perfect. That's JT Koshy. And you guys always get good stuff out of it. And JT, we really appreciate you joining us here occasionally.
absolutely, thank you guys.